entertainment purposes only. Top of the morning, Bay, with Good Morning Bay.
Get to know about the traffic on your way and what's news around the world today.
Some wisdom skills along the way.
Oh, and a song to hum along with and sway.
Get your perfect entertaining start to the day.
At 9 a.m. every weekday morning with
Mahima's Good Morning
Bay.
गुड मॉर्निंग बलजान, आपका सभी लोगों का हार्दिक स्वागत है. नमस्ते, नमस्कार, वनक्कम, खुशामदीद, अस्सलाम वालेकुम, सत श्री अकाल, मी कंदरिकी वंदनमो, जय स्वामी नारायण, जय श्री कृष्ण, जय जनिंद्र. एंड ऑफ कोर्स हमारे सारे इस्माइली भाई बंधु लोग बोलेंगे या अली मदद एंड मौला अली मदद बलजान. Of course this is me, Altu Baba, and of course we have with me over here in the studio
Myself, Falturani Bandujani. Good morning to everybody who's joining us live right here on the air on Radio Dihadis at 1310 AM and also 92.9 FM in the San Leandro and Hayward areas. And agar aap Facebook pe abhi hame join ho rahe hain, hum aapko bata de that you can actually catch up on our broadcasts on facebook.com/Radio Dihadis. Good morning to all of you as well. And good evening to those of you who are joining us from across the globe.
And of course, right now, quick look what's happening on the roads. Let's take hard to Sustame.
It's time for the Bandu traffic update. Call us from wherever you are at 408-912-2479.
If at all we missed out any location where there's traffic which is slowing you down in your way to wherever you're going, Manajan destination, give us a call here. Bay Area mein, if I look at it, it actually is not too bad, I should say, compared to what it has been some time ago. There's high wind advisory in effect for the Bay Bridge area, Manajan. Watch out for that. And speaking of Bay Bridge, an accident, a collision on Bay Bridge, west of the Bay Bridge, part of the westbound west of Bay Bridge. There near the metering lights is actually a collision there, which is creating a lot of congestion in that region. So it's getting backed up slowly, and as you guys know, Bay Bridge Bay, if something happens there, it goes on, stretches on towards the other place also. Hopefully CHP will get there on time and are able to get the traffic flowing for there for sure. Watch out for that. And I spoke about high winds. It's a high wind advisory also on 84 bridge, that is the Dumbarton Bridge. Be careful in that region, Manujam. And speaking of high winds everywhere, even eastbound, 580, east and westbound, actually, you'll actually need the Vasco Road. There's also high wind advisory in that region. So be careful on that portion, Manujan. And apart from that, the South Bay looks kind of smooth. There's not much of congestion report anywhere else. There was something happening half an hour, 45 minutes ago, but CHP actually has cleared the traffic for people to be moving to their destination on time, probably, Manujan. So no delays to be seen right now. Speaking of weather, right now might look like it's like winter. No, it's not, Manujan. It's like 65 degrees, yes, but again, might get hotter. Probably in the mid-70s. And there is a warning, of course. Tomorrow, probably things are going to get hotter because we are supposed to have our second heat wave. It's going to come from the temperatures are going to be rising. This has been reported, so probably you'll see some hot temperatures starting tomorrow. Now, what do you do about that? Well, Bajan, drink a lot of water. That's what you got to do. Jitna ho sake, hydrate yourself, and I don't think air conditioning will help or whatever, but of course, yes, you might want to make sure that you don't overconsume everything. But dry time hai, yes, you know that there's not much of rain and all, and so when there's heat wave, it's a wonderful combination for fires to starting up. But just be careful about that for sure. But drink a lot of water. You don't have to water your lawn, I suppose, but you can actually follow the regulations which is being put out by the city council. If you adhere to that, probably you'll be a lot safer in terms of making sure there's no wildfire like how it happened last year for us, Barajan. And right now, that was the update on traffic and also the weather. Now it's time for us to quickly go and see what's the news for us, Barajan, because we also got some news from India as well. We'll share about that. Yusuf Khan, Dilip Kumar, the 98-year-old veteran movie, the hero we all love, have grown to love, right? Generations, not one, not two, three, four generations have seen his work and everything, and he passed on. We'll get more information on that for sure, but Abhi Kele Faltani, you want to take away the news?
Right, absolutely. From the Radio Dihadi studios right here in the Silicon Valley, Banujan, these are the news items in detail from across the United States and across the Bay Area as well. Search and rescue workers recovered an additional 10 victims from the rubble of the collapsed Miami area condo, bringing the death toll to 46, officials said on Tuesday. Search and rescue workers continued to sift through the rubble of the collapsed Champlain Towers South building in warm, dry conditions as Tropical Storm Elsa battered western Florida on the opposite side of the state, moving further away from the site. The team continues to make progress in the areas of the pile that was inaccessible prior to the demolition, Miami-Dade Mayor Daniela Levine Cava told a briefing. She said that 94 people who may have been inside the building in Surfside when it partially collapsed on June 24th are still unaccounted for. Brooklyn Borough President Eric Adams becomes the uncontested Democratic nominee for New York City mayor after his two closest rivals conceded on Wednesday, putting him in position to become the next leader of the most populous U.S. city. Former New York City Sanitation Chief Catherine Garcia and civil rights lawyer Maya Wiley both congratulated Adams on his victory after concluding that they could not overcome the narrow lead he maintained following Tuesday's release of new vote totals from the June 22nd election. Adams, a former black police captain who put public safety at the heart of his campaign, is heavily favored in November's election against a Republican nominee, Curtis Sliwa, the founder of the civilian patrol Guardian Angels. Democratic voters outnumber Republicans in the city by more than a 6-1 margin. The next mayor will oversee a steep recovery from the coronavirus pandemic while also confronting deep-seated issues such as wealth inequality, a lack of affordable housing, struggling public schools, and concerns over public safety. In the meanwhile, let's talk about former US President Donald Trump, who on Wednesday said that he's filing lawsuits against Twitter, Facebook, and Google, as well as their chief executives, alleging they silence conservative viewpoints. Trump said he filed the lawsuits in federal court in Florida. He said he would seek class action status in the suits, which would seek restitution and punitive damages. He did not specify who the other members of the class were. He lost his social media megaphone earlier this year after repeatedly falsely claiming that his election defeat was the result of widespread fraud, an assertion that was rejected by multiple court, state election officials, and members of his own administration. Hundreds of his supporters launched a deadly attack on the U.S. Capitol on Jan 6th, as we all know, after Trump repeated those false claims in a fiery speech near the White House. By the way, yesterday was the 6-month anniversary of that particular horrendous event, that attack on democracy. The Delta variant is already the dominant strain of the COVID-19 in the United States, according to data modeling done by U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. According to the health agency's estimates, the Delta variant became dominant in the country over the 2 weeks ended July 3rd, with 51.7% of the cases linked to the variant that was first identified in India. The proportion of cases linked to the Alpha variant, which was first identified in Britain and had been dominant in the United States so far, fell to 28.7%. This data, which shows the estimated biweekly proportions of the most common SARS-CoV-2 lineages circulating in the United States, is based on sequences collected through CDC's National Genomic Surveillance since December 20th, 2020. And a judge finds the US government 60% responsible for harm caused to victims of a 2017 mass shooting at a Texas church when 26 people died. U.S. District Judge Javier Rodriguez ruled on Tuesday that the government failed to exercise reasonable care in allowing the shooter, Devin Patrick Kelly, to obtain firearms he used in the November 5th, 2017 massacre at the First Baptist Church in Sutherland Springs, Texas. Rodriguez said Kelly had pleaded guilty in 2012 to domestic violence charges dating from his time in the Air Force, but the Air Force did not record his criminal history in a federal database used to flag unauthorized firearms, and hence it was the responsibility of the US government as well in this particular massacre. In local news, Bandhajan, let us tell you that American Airlines, one of their flights that was bound out of San Jose for Phoenix made an emergency landing Wednesday morning at Los Angeles International Airport because of engine trouble. According to an airport spokesman, American Airlines Flight 761 out of Mineta San Jose International Airport diverted to LAX and landed safely at 7:30 a.m. after the crew reported an engine issue, the official said. The Airbus 319 was flying to Phoenix, as I mentioned. Oakland city leaders vote to enter talks with bidders on the Oakland Coliseum site. That's right, Panajan. It's a pivotal step in the future of the A's new ballpark. The city council authorized city administrators to enter into talks with groups that have expressed interest in the site, including the A's, the African American Sports and Entertainment Group, Dave Stewart, and Lonnie Murray, a Trip Development and Renaissance companies, according to the San Francisco Chronicle. Those were the news items from across the Bay Area and also across the United States. World news will be coming up shortly, but prior to that, here is a brief iteration of our Ganika Kida.
That's right, but then of course keeping in line with the fact that we want to pay tribute to Dilip Saab. He actually one of the icons of Indian cinema. Many of the other heroes who have followed his suit are pretty much like, I would say, who followed his style would be Amitabh Bachchan, and of course we also will have Shah Rukh Khan, who actually one of the people who actually has drawn heavily from his style. Andaz, what they say, right?
Yeah.
I think so. Here's a beautiful song. It's actually kind of a bhajan from one of the movies, which is super duper hit of his. And this is voiced by Rafi Saab, of course.
सब साथी दुख में न कोई सुख के सब साथी दुख में न कोई मेरे राम तेरा नाम एक साचा दूजा ना कोई सुख के सब साथी दुख में न कोई जीवन आनी जानी छाया जीवन आनी जानी छाया झूठी माया झूठी काया फिर काहे को सारी उमरिया फिर काहे को सारी उमरिया पाप की गठरी ढोई सुख के सब साथी दुख में न
And of course, Bhajan, we'll come back to the Ganika for sure. And I think I can assure you that this evening, if you tune into the Pam Pam show, will be a tribute show for the wonderful individual
Thespian.
Dilip Kumar Saab. And coming back right now, Fatwani, are we going to go into the news for around the world, or what's the planning?
Yes, absolutely. Bandhajan, there was a breaking news actually early this morning of this horrendous nightmare that came upon the Haitian president, Jovenel Moïse, who was shot dead by gunmen with heavy caliber weapons in his private residence overnight on Wednesday, sparking an international outcry and fears of a descent into chaos in the impoverished Caribbean nation. The assassination, which drew condemnation from Washington and neighboring Latin American countries, coincided with a spate of gang violence in Port-au-Prince in recent months, fueled by a growing humanitarian crisis and political unrest. The disorder has turned many districts of the capital into no-go zones. Interim Prime Minister Claude Joseph said in televised remarks after chairing a cabinet meeting that the government had declared a state of emergency amid confusion over who would take over the reins of the country. My compatriots remain calm because the situation is under control, he said. The 53-year-old president's wife, Martine Moïse, was also shot in the attack around 1 a.m. local time at the couple's home in the hills above Port-au-Prince. Joseph said in a statement. She is currently receiving medical treatment. Early information suggests that it was a group of people who spoke English and Spanish. They were armed with high caliber weapons, Joseph said in his address to the nation. He said the assassination was a barbaric act. And of course, there is outrage that's being expressed from across the international community. As we all know, Haiti has been one of those places that several different international forces have been at work to capture and bring under their umbrella. So we'll get you more details about this, Bundajan, as and when the story unfolds. Rockets hit an Iraqi base housing of U.S. forces, wounding 2 U.S. in the coalition. At least 14 rockets hit an Iraqi base hosting U.S. and other international forces on Wednesday, slightly wounding 2 people, a U.S.-led coalition said, as Kurdish-led forces in Syria said they thwarted a drone attack in an area where U.S. forces also operate. There were no immediate claims of responsibility for the attacks, part of a recent wave targeting U.S. troops or areas where they operate in Iraq and Syria. There's a Reuters exclusive investigative report that has come out that a prenatal test taken by millions of pregnant women globally was developed by a Chinese gene company called BGI Group in collaboration with the Chinese military and is being used by the firm to collect genetic data. A Reuters review of publicly available documents found. The report is the first to reveal that the company collaborated with the People's Liberation Army to develop and improve the test taken in early pregnancy, as well as the scope of BGI storage and analysis of the data. The United States sees BGI's efforts to collect and analyze human gene data as a national security threat. So if you want to catch up on that story, Banjan, we will share that on MediaMahima.com. This is kind of disconcerting, right, Aldova?
And I also have a theory on that.
Okay, what is it?
It is actually trying to take a dig at people who actually believe in the free choice.
Huh?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means that, no, if you do that, see what's going to happen.
No, this is prenatal test.
Yeah.
That is to determine the sex of the baby or whatever,
All
right?
those things,
Like all
yeah.
those things,
Yeah, so
right?
that's all against the church, right? What are you talking about?
Oh
Seriously,
God!
Papa, you don't deal
This
with it.
this particular test was marketed abroad apparently in 2013, branded Nifty. This is among the world's top-selling non-invasive prenatal tests. And the screen is a sample of blood from a pregnant woman to detect abnormalities such as Down syndrome in a developing fetus. Well, anyway, Banajan, it just gets. I don't know why people want so much information about people.
Information is power.
Well, the Taliban fighters stormed the capital of the northwestern Afghan province. Regional officials in northern Afghanistan said on Wednesday that they had recaptured government buildings in a provincial capital after Taliban fighters stormed it overnight, taking over police headquarters and sparking panic among the residents. Officials said airstrikes were being carried out and special forces had been deployed to push the Taliban fighters back after the latest dramatic advance by fighters surging across the country as Washington pulls out its troops. And in news from India, Banajan, Dilip Kumar Saab has been laid to rest with full state honors at Juhu Kabristan. The latest, there are artists from all over the place are paying tribute, and also Saira Banu, the wife of the late Dilip Saab, thanked Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Chief Minister of Maharashtra for bestowing him with state honors. And also several people from Amir Khan to Deepika Padukone to Shah Rukh Khan to Javed Jafri, everybody is mourning the death of Dilip Kumar Saab. And of course, it is the end of an era. Because there was a picture, there was a very nice a picture that they showed of Raj Kapoor Saab, Devanand and Dilip Kumar Saab, and they said with him the era ends. You know, with Nehru, all three of them are standing and they're looking at exceptionally handsome men, all of them. And it's indeed apparently the most touching tweet that I found was the tweet that Lata Mangeshkar ji posted, where she talked about Dilip Kumar Saab, and she said she said that for the past several years, apparently, Alto, he was not even in a state where he would recognize people, and
Yeah.
he was, he had onset of probably dementia or
Could not even
Alzheimer's.
see is what they say, but he's tried to walk on his own.
Yeah, and she actually recognized Sarah Banu's dedication and commitment to Dilip Saab, and she said more than anybody else, for her, all her life has been this, and that is where, I'm really worried about her as to how she's going to handle this, and all the strength and prayers for her while Dilip Saab passes on. So that's what they've been saying. But of course, tune into the Pam Pam show tonight, and you will get more information about Dilip Saab, and it would be another dedication show to another legend of Indian cinema. In other news from India, Mansukh Mandaviya is the new health minister, Vaishnav Railways and IT, and Scindia is head of civil aviation. As many as 43 leaders are taking oath as ministers in the new and revamped union cabinet. The expansion comes ahead of key assembly elections lined up next year. That's pretty much all the time that we have for our news this morning on Good Morning Babe. We'll be back tonight live at 5 on the Pam Pam show. Please do not forget to tune in. Here is the final iteration of the late Dilip Kumar Saab's Gana, which is our Gaane Ka Kira. Here you go.
रंग सभी का राजा हो या रंग सभी का अंत एक सा होई सुख के सब साथी दुख में न कोई बाहर की तू माटी फाके बाहर की तू माटी फाके मन के भीतर क्यों ना झांके उजले तन पर मान किया उजले तन पर मान किया और मन की मैल न धोई सुख के
Bandajan, this is your darling Faltu Rani, and let me tell you, Bandajani, that all these beautiful tracks that you're listening to right now are